And we are live. Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Arvel. I am one fourth of Shrike Tabletop and one of the writers of Era of Silence, the game we'll be playing today. Today I am joined by three lovely ladies from all over the tabletop world, uh, and other areas too. Uh, can we go in order as I have you on my screen? So Alexis, Alice, and Belmonts. Just say your name, what, if any, tabletop stuff you do, if you want to be found, where you can be found. If you have another project you want to talk about, because I know a couple of you do, talk about it.
Alexis, nothing currently that I'm ready to talk about, but I do some art and I've done some writing and that for other projects, and I'm excited to be here and give this a try.
All right.
I'm Alice. I do. This is the only tabletop stuff that I do, but I also do some social media marketing and other various things. You can find me on Instagram, Eat the Rich Bitch.
I am the Belmonts. You can find me on Twitter at RPGPlant, where I mostly just scream about Pathfinder and post weird photography. I also write a lot of stuff. You can find anything I write up at rpgegirl.itch.io and plantgirl.blog, which is just a WordPress blog for all of my cute writing stuff. Hee hee.
All right. Well, glad to have you all here. I am opening my rulebook now. Make sure, probably you want to do that at this point. If you have the official book, it is hyperlinked. The hyperlinks are they're not visible, but they are there. Because I'm gonna go to playing the game. Okay. We have been talking about our characters behind the scenes. We have I have all your character sheets. We've done our session 0 off stream, off recording, but for the folks at home, expect pretty heavy trigger warning: drug use, drug trade, crime, violence, death, gore to an extent. That'll all be. It's a game definitely for mature audiences with pretty heavy mature themes. Like, if you might see it in like something like Grand Theft Auto, it's in play here. Because this is very heavily inspired by my love of especially GTA 5. So, not Era of Silence in general, which is overall inspired by a lot of very different things, but this specific campaign will be. So, yeah. We're going to begin in the middle of a heist for you all. The heist is about to start. Basically, you owe a woman named Madam Hex a big favor. And this is her calling that favor in. She's put a lot of money on this job. The job is to rob a truck and get the contents within. Now, the plan as is was to chase the truck. The truck has like protocol. The drivers have protocols to go towards the nearest like police station, and ambush them along the way to that route, along the way on that route. With that in mind, what would this is a good time to introduce your character, their name, their species, their general build. And what you would see them in doing in this this two-pronged attack, chasing this truck and then ambushing it on the street. It's an air truck, by the way, so it's like when I say ambushing on the street, like that, you're kind of off the ground at this point. If you want to like talk about that beforehand and like take that time to talk about it right now, people enjoy hearing the planning of this stuff.
We're robbing a truck. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine. The one other thing, you have a person with you who can fill whatever role you don't fill. A Yastre named Patience. Yastre being bird people. And Patience is kind of like the de facto liaison to Madam Hex for you.
Hey.
So, question: if we're hijacking a truck in the air, are we in another lighted vehicle?
Well, so the plan as is right now is someone, like a vehicle, two of you in a vehicle start chasing the truck. The truck initiates its emergency protocols and starts driving to a police station. This happens at a predetermined point where you can then meet them. Like, basically, they're going to pass down a certain street and you know where they are. So then a couple more of you can ambush them there. So it's like a pincer attack. You've got, they're running from one thing, they run into the other thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so there will be two vehicles involved.
Yeah. For the record, you'll get more of a chance to actually plan these in the future. This is just kind of like this is where you're starting. This is like this is the job that starts it all.
Okay, what would we say is like everybody's talents and skills in this regard then?
Yeah, why don't we just go around the table and say who we're playing and like what our builds are?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Starting in the order I did, the order we just did. Yeah, Alexis,
Sure.
Alice, Belmonts.
So I am playing Maddock, who is a technician, an engineer, has a fairly bare bones mech that she uses to move around. She doesn't have use of her legs, but either uses a chair or uses the mech to kind of get around. So I'm expecting probably in the mech for this.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely expertise in technology and everything that goes along with that. Built fairly specifically around that.
Okay.
So, my character's name is Vreda. She's a, well, I guess they, since they're kind of genderless, they are a very large lizard person. Let me try to find what I messaged you really quick in the, words are hard. I'm sorry. Where is that chat that I sent the breakdown of my...
I think it was in our DMs.
Yes, but it was also in the other chat we were all in together. Germaverse. Trying to find it. I don't know how to use technology or apparently speak. Well, anyway, she's buff by disaster, ranged combat, and she owes Madam Hex a pretty large debt because she accidentally dissolved her niece's marriage.
For sure.
I can't find any other things, so
Okay.
I don't know what else I should say about my character.
In this case, I think it's in this specific case just like general skill efficacy, because that's kind of I think what we're. I think that's what prompted this read.
Yeah.
Well, I shoot well, and I intimidate people well. I know criminal culture, wildlife, and food. I like soup.
Soup is a pretty good thing to love. It's a great dish.
It's important.
Extremely efficient.
Indeed.
I suppose that's me then, right?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I am playing an elec named Cedar. Cedar has a background as an ash farmer, and he's usually seen mostly just wearing like a set of farmer's overalls with like a dirty red and black. Is a duster the word is that I'm thinking of? No, it immediately shows up with a band. God damn it! Why is it that Sorry. Not a duster. That's a jacket. Just like kind of like a long sleeve red and black plaid underneath. They are a close combat specialist with a career as a courier. And their archetype is martial. Their skills are mostly in repairs, usually like, physical labor. And they are usually capable. I've got stuff in judge, persuasion, search, and they know far too much about agriculture, wildlife, and how to run a business.
Oh no, the line.
It went weird.
I donked up the line. Yeah.
Oh no, the line.
Oh no. Now they're all gone.
Okay. Yeah, I'm drawing the map. So this green line here represents the window of opportunity.
I'm also very good at driving, so maybe I'm driving.
Yeah, if you want to be driving. Why does that keep happening?
I'm also decent at driving.
Okay.
If there's not already a second driver. Maybe 2 groups, right?
Well, so to be more specific about the job, you're knocking over this truck. You can just steal the truck. You can also just like take the crates from it and load your own little truck. Like you have like a little like rental van thing.
Okay.
It is flying. These are all flying cars. Okay. So I have more or less mapped out the current this is kind of the road. It goes up this way. It goes up this side. And stops at this first X. That's the engagement point. Protocols activate. It starts going down this route. You want to get ambush before this point. It doesn't have to be this point, but they get dangerously close to the police station if not.
Okay.
And I guess for a little bit of setting, like, for the folks at home, you're in Saliana, which is like this massive city. It's one of those like continent spanning cities that's like layers upon layers upon layers of city. You're currently like in like one of the like upper middle layers when you're committing this crime. But like there isn't like a road beneath you necessarily. So like when you get it to touch down, you're going to need to be a little bit careful about where it lands, lest it like fall very far, and like damage itself and things below. Which, you know, more or less is kind of already part of the plan. Really, the important thing is figuring out what part of the plan you are, for the sake of this opening. So, like, imagine the X on the right as ambush point 1, the X on the left is ambush point 2. One of them has drivers and such. You know, ambush 1 is like, you know, there's a driver, maybe someone in the passenger seat. Ambush point 2 would have like people like on the like in buildings, like ready to like, you know, catch the truck, or maybe jump on top of it or something, you know, do something cyberpunk.
Well, I will happily be driver for somebody who's going to passenger and do the close-up work.
Does anyone else have a preference on what where they think they would be here? What do you think you would do in a situation like this?
I think Cedar would probably have a weapon ready, just in case there are any guards about, and they're probably keeping an eye out for anybody nearby. Just trying to make sure coast is clear.
So you think you're at the other like the end ambush point, not the beginning ambush point?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I think I would probably be the passenger because I'm big and brawny and could easily wrest control of the vehicle and overpower the other person.
Okay. So you're in the passenger. You're in passenger on the initial ambush point, like the part where the car starts chasing the other car.
And then we try and get alongside and get you on board, basically.
Yeah, to take control of the vehicle and try to steal it.
Okay.
And then the second vehicle's to basically help with that.
Mm-hmm. So for this job, all of you are given receivers, which link you to a similar comm system that works within a kilometer. Patience is linked up to like the main relay, which they're wearing on their back. Okay. So it's the day of the job, the night of the job. You've been preparing to knock over this truck for a week now, finally paying back your debt to Madam Hex, and you know exactly what route the truck is going to be on, at what time. You've studied this. You are driving, and you're surrounded by these these large, you know, kind of sometimes centuries old buildings that have been built on top of each other, into like these like titanic but somewhat ramshackle skyscrapers, all while like maintaining like architectural styles that have gone like outdated anywhere else. And Matic, you're driving, and you see the truck, or no, you see the truck. You know you're looking for a Yender medical, basically a transportation vehicle, and it's flying just a couple layers of traffic beneath you, and you see. It looks like there's two people. When you get a good angle on it, it looks like there's two people driving. If you want to maneuver down, like through the layers of traffic to begin pursuit, it would be a drive check.
Okay. And to do that, I would roll.
Yes. Okay. Welcome to the first skill check of the game. Much faster than usual. So in Era of Silence, we build this all on a system we call Thorn. I'll save you the pitch. The point is, you are going to roll the quality die associated with driving. So that's Grace. And you are going to roll as many of that as is your driving skill. So what's your what's your Grace quality?
My Grace is a D10.
And
so I would roll
how many ranks in drive do you have?
3.
So that'd be
3
3d10.
D10.
And you want, in this case, it's not an opposed roll because you're kind of at an intersection. I'm going to say it's going to be fairly hard. But so I would judge like target number 4, and you want to roll low, and you rolled a 2, a 6, and a 6. You only need 1 success. There's no degrees of success or anything here. 2 does it. You pitch down, and you cross a couple layers. A bike like zooms past you. Its little like horn going off. And you duck down and you're behind the truck. Are you indicating aggression in any way? Like, are you trying to scare them?
Yes, we're being fairly obvious in making chase.
Okay. The radio swells with an appropriate tune that you can fill in the blank in your head because copyright strikes are bad. And you begin chasing, and at this point we're going to enter into a dramatic sequence which are very simple. Basically this one's going to be a best of 5 events. No, I'll say best of 3. If you roll 2, if you succeed in 2 things to like chase them and keep pace before they succeed 2 things, you successfully you successfully chase them and you don't lose them or anything. So, but that also goes for both of you. Both of you got an action in the car. What would both of you like to do to try to scare this? Try to both scare this truck, but also like keep in pursuit with it as it like makes a hard turn left and starts trying to zoom down the skyway.
Well, driving wise, I'm going to make it fairly obvious that we're trying to run them off the road. So if we can actually make contact. You know, give a few nudges here and there.
You want to go for like you want to ram them a little bit?
Or... Yeah.
Okay. Maddock, with your one action, you try ramming them. Vrada, you're also in the Vrada ended up in the car, right? Yeah, because it's Cedar and Patience at the other end of this.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to like hang out the window with my pistol and like threaten them or try to keep them from swerving away.
There aren't tires, but you could like shoot like a thruster or something.
I will definitely try to not actually damage the vehicle because we're trying to gain control of it and steal it.
Fair enough.
So maybe just like try to intimidate and threaten the driver so they don't do well trying to maneuver away.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll a go ahead and roll a threaten. You roll threaten first, and then that'll modify the effect of the ramming speed thing.
That's 2d10.
Yes, and threaten is opposed by resist mental.
I got a 2.
Ooh.
I got a 5. In opposed things, the again, lowest absolute value is all that matters. But in this case, actually both of my dice would be worse than both of your dice. So I rolled a 5. The driver is a young, kind of scrappy looking. Young's hard. It's hard to tell. It's a sporeborn. They're fungal like machinery. And you're waving your gun around triggers whatever self-preservation this like fungus robot has, and it like it ducks down, and Matic, go ahead and roll your driving roll. Okay, I'm going to oppose that. But they're going to get... I'm going to give them one less die. Because I'm going to say, like, they have, like, a point of exhaustion from being kind of just freaked out. So... This is normally a thing they're pretty good at, but they are one low. Okay, yeah. So I rolled a 5 and a 6. You rolled a 2, a 3, and a 3. We don't do degrees of success here, but if you did... Ooh-wee. Okay. So... The your little like rent-a-van smacks into the armored truck, and it kind of like it rushes forward a bit, and you manage to, with both of those successes, you manage to keep pace. They're not even going to really get a chance to do anything besides just keep driving, and you are quickly approaching the ambush point. At which point, Belmonts, do you have something you would like to do to slow down and or stop this car?
I don't know about stop, but I do want to hop on their truck.
Okay. Patience is also thinking the same thing. So can both of you roll me athletics? Either probably athletics grace, which is like the acrobatics skill. There are dual quality skills in this game, which like let you do a little bit of both without like having to like specialize in 2 separate skills.
I have athletics 2. I think I have level 2 in athletics. That means I roll 2d10, right?
It is if your grace die is a d10, yes, it's 2 of your grace dice.
Okay, those are d12s. So 2d12. Oof.
Okay, so I got a 1 with patience, and you got a 9 and a 12. You begin to you overshoot it, and you begin going the far way. But I'm going to say, because Patience got a 1, Patience reaches out their hand, and you can roll 1 more d12 to see if that like helps you at all.
If I fail this, do I immediately eat shit and fall off of this down to the
She rolled a 10. You go careen, like you go tumbling over, like you grab their hand. It kind of it begins to pull. You begin to pull them with you as you go tumbling into a market stall. Like basically like there's like a little like platform, and you tumble onto the platform. You are going to take 1 point of exhaustion, which means you roll 1 less die until you get some rest and recuperation on like every check.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But you are like you're more or less like it was enough things broke your fall that you're not severely injured. But you are banged up enough that you aren't like feeling great.
Okay.
Yeah. But with that, also Patience Patience dives after you to try to like help assist with the situation. Whoops, that's not that didn't happen. That was a bad formula.
Wow,
You
look
rolled
at that.
won some.
Oh, no.
ones. Yay!
Okay.
Am I swerving the
Patience.
car now?
Patience was hanging on to their truck, goes diving after Cedar, and lands on the edge of the is gripping for life on the edge of that platform because they donked up their roll to jump there. Yeah, let's move. Basically, scene is you jumped off the platform. You both jumped off buildings to try to jump on the truck. You both kind of overshot it. Well, in part because Patience was trying to come help you. And Patience is dangling off the edge of the platform, and you are in you collapsed like a tarp roof of a but it landed in the middle of this tarp roof of a market stall.
Gotcha.
Yes. Going back to Alexis. Matic. You the truck is still not stopping. The ambush. You saw the ambush team kind of go the other way. So
I'll swerve over to get the ambush team.
okay. You swerve over. Do you all do you hop on? Cedar.
Yes, she'll hop on.
Okay.
She'll apologize, dust herself off, and say, I'm usually a bit more down to the honest sort of work.
Patience. Hey, not to be rude. I am. You hear it all in your microphone, in your receivers. Please help.
Oh yeah, no, get the vehicle down so that they can get on as well.
And they hop in, and they their feathers are all ruffled. They have red feathers and these piercing bestial yellow eyes. And little golden caps on their tusks.
Okay.
Yeah. And they they look at Maddock, and they look at everyone else. Fucking floor it! We gotta go.
Yeah, Maddock doesn't wait for much. Kind of looks at the two of them as they're barely on, and then floors it.
Yeah, you all get kind of jolted back in your seats. No rolls or anything, but you're back in hot pursuit. And I would say the truck is around here right now. So, what ideas do you have to bring this thing? Well, first you've got to catch up. So can you roll me another opposed driving roll?
Yes.
Wow, I'm just not getting the best of you all tonight. Okay. You've basically succeeded every roll. You pull up alongside, and you're preparing for another ramming run. Except this time, the Sporeborn driver has something in their hands. It's a very surprisingly sleek looking double-barreled shotgun.
Gun.
As
Fun.
you all, do you all choose to take cover in like your seats, like duck down into like the underneath the glass of the car?
Oh yes, please.
Okay. I'm going to say for the driver that imposes a -1 die penalty while in cover.
Okay.
But for the rest of are the rest of you hiding?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to shoot him too.
That's fair. We still only really have 2 actors here, like two vehicles here, so I'm gonna. Cedar, are you going in cover, or are you risking it?
I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit.
Okay. So everyone but the driver. So the driver ducks down. All right. They're gonna roll. Actually, I'm gonna roll 1d3. Huh.
Well.
So the way this works is, now normally this would be a little bit more structured. There'd be like initiative tokens and such. We basically have 2 moving vehicles here, so the way this breaks down is it just kind of becomes like a trade-off thing. The crews of each get to act. But they are shooting, and they had anyone not hiding is a 3 for them. Anyone in cover is a 1 for them. Oh shit. Except I only even get a 3. The shot goes wide.
Light him up.
Yeah, so would someone like to it sounds like a couple people would like to respond with shots.
Me.
Easily, yeah.
Okay, both of you, so you're going to roll as many accuracy dice as is on your gun. You're firing from a moving platform, like a moving vehicle, so -1 each. And otherwise it's fine. A pistol actually doesn't suffer that penalty.
Ooh, okay. So then with the point of the exhaustion, it's just 2d12, right?
Yeah. Alas,
I did
yes.
not roll very well.
Yeah, the both of your shots go wide. You know what? We'll exchange one more round of shots because I think this is really funny. They have a double-barrel shotgun. Might as well. This time the shotgun shot connects, and
Vehicle or one of us?
well, you looked. Who's in the back seat?
Be the 2 that jumped on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cedar, you look to your side, and Patience is clutching their neck. They have been shot.
Oh god.
They can't talk. They're choking on their own blood. Does anyone have? This would be a good time to introduce healing if anyone has the Ender's formula. But there is a chance it might not work because this is a pretty bad wound.
I've got 1 thing of the Ender's formula currently.
Would you like to apply that instead of shooting?
Yes, I think I have the Ender's formula mishap table. First, make a heal check with a target number of 5. I don't have anything in heal, but that means I think it's at 1 for the skill level, if I'm remembering.
It's you always roll 1 on anything that isn't like use magic. That's like the one exception where like you can't use that.
Is wits, which is a d12, so 9.
You attempt to apply it, but unfortunately, basically what Yendry formula does, it's topical. You attempt to apply it, but in the misapplication, well, actually, I guess yeah. Roll a d20 because there is a misapplication thing. 6.
I believe that just means the formula is inert and it fails to function.
Yeah, they do just they are just bleeding out.
Well,
Times.
I did my best.
Alice, would you like to take another shot?
I would.
And Alexis, Mazik, would you like to try to make another driving roll?
I would love to.
Remember,
I
-1
did not
die
roll well
because you're
again.
currently in cover. You're hiding. Cool. So another shot goes wide. This is a pretty. You all, in fairness, you are trying to fire guns through like traffic, like while like in an air car battle. So you the shot goes wide, but another ram against the car, a truck causes it to spin out. And it you see it land on a another one of those like little platform things on the buildings. There's a lot of these balconies all over the city because like you need a place to like house other structures and such. And it lands dramatically conveniently not on any pedestrians. But it does crash into the side of what looks like to be a laundromat.
Okay.
Scudpuppy's alchemical laundry emporium. So.
Fantastic name.
Thank you.
Sad buddies.
Fantastic, lovely name.
The logo is just like a really happy like a bar of soap that like is like kind of glowing.
Sentient bar of soap. That's perfect.
You all can park and like go see what's up with that. Or even leave the car running, but like you have immobilized the vehicle. You are no longer in the proper chase part.
I will bring the car alongside and see if I can do anything for our dying friend.
Unfortunately,
Yeah. I have a no.
No. If you have something, I'll let you make it. I'll let you make one more try.
I have another Yender's formula.
Okay. Do you have
I
healing?
could make an attempt. Let's see. No.
Do we not have a healer in the group?
I have one in heal.
Well,
We all have one in heal. It comes free with your Xbox.
Oh yeah.
go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a healing die, which would be a wits. Okay,
No.
that is the second check. I am unfortunately. Patience does choke to death on their own blood. So
Yay! I thought this was a family show.
they oh no, the character that got introduced immediately has a throwaway NPC.
Great, googly moogly, they're already dead.
They reach into their bag and like with their dying action pull out a small orange capsule. In the era of silence in the world of Vian, it is customary to burn the dead as quickly as possible.
Hey.
You know what? As the church signs say, burn your dead.
Okay. Well, we will cremate said patients.
Yeah, and actually, that little that orange capsule is a cremation capsule. All of you start the game with one. You never want to get really caught without them because, at least according to the church, souls stopped leaving their bodies when they die a while ago, and it's the only way to really get them to pass on real quickly. So, very like within like 30 seconds, your friend has been turned to ash, and you now have their old radio kit, which they were wearing on their back,
Okay.
as well as a simple rifle, and yeah, a set of body armor.
So are we loading all of the gear onto this truck then? I'm assuming.
Well, I mean that gear is just kind of you decide who gets it.
Oh
but,
no, I meant the stuff we're trying to steal.
Well, good question, because our friends on the ground, as you have quickly had this solemn moment for your friend who I'm sure had like so many moments off screen. Like when they do the Era of Silence Expanded Universe, there's going to be like a 20-part like epic about like patience.
Oh,
And-
patience, you died. We shared spaghetti together.
The cyberpunk montage, yeah.
No, I'm just thinking like Aunt Beru, like that really. There's a whole fucking like anyway.
Believe it or not, Val is just pulling a fucking Adventure Zone, and Patience is gonna come back in the final hour. God, I don't know. I was about to say a lich, and I have no idea if liches exist in this universe.
As far as you're aware, the undead are not the undead are as real as they are here. Like we talk about them in the way of like we talk about like ghosts.
Gotcha.
Like like I heard this shit happen once. It was wild. Anyway, so you step out of the car, but so does the Sporeborn, and so does their driver, like their like their co-pilot, their the other guard on duty. And they stumble out and ready their weapons to fight you. And at this point, we're going to do a proper actual initiative.
Okay.
I like just shooting willy-nilly.
Here, let me just like redo this map a bit quick. Yes, clear drawings. All right, the blue square is the laundromat. The two lines I'm drawing there are with a little bit of orange. That represents, the fire, and that's like where the truck crashed. And they are emerging from that. Okay. Going to the green things are trees. This is a lumber market that you're outside of right now. They're all synthetic. Like these are all trees that have been grown in labs, but they're being sold for wood.
So are we at ground level now?
You're not. You're on this platform.
Okay.
When you pulled alongside, you altogether you are in. I'm gonna give you a pink car because gay.
Oh yeah.
Wait, no.
That's fair. It's not pink enough.
Wait, no, freehand that. Why is it? I really dislike that it resets my color every time I change brush.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's slowing me down a lot. Okay. Um.
What is the black symbolizing again?
Just like rubble. Sorry,
Rubble.
I'll run through this real quickly. I'm looking for minis I should have prepared ahead of time. Okay. Actually, no, this is way better. Okay. Primas Ika. Don't have a lot of Alec pieces. This is a fine Alec.
There you go.
And one more Alec. I'll get in your character art on roll 20 next time. Okay. So for starters, who is leaving the car, if anyone?
Me.
I will.
Okay.
I will stay in because I can shoot from there.
Okay. You both hop out. Patience is long dead. In front of you are behind you is like a platform filled with like people who are running and shrieking and like running away. In front of you is a laundromat that has had the side of it like blown open. There is a truck in the burning wreckage, and there's just a bunch of like rubble all around it. Represented by the black little squiggles here, as they have just the complete devastation. You are in between you and them are trees. One of them has caught fire. And that will quickly spread to the other trees. At this point, all of you should draw 3 stamina counters.
Okay.
That can be literally just any like identical thing that you can tell is like 3 of the same resource. Like pennies work fine. Sometimes people use like Warhammer dice.
I shall use my D&D dice, which I'm also going to use to shoot from now on because these.
So, an Era of Silence turn is very straightforward. So what is going to happen is I'm going to draw several tokens, 5 in total, 2 for them, 3 for you. And anytime I draw a token from that side, one person on that side gets to go. You just decide. If it's you guys, you nominate someone.
Okay.
They can't have already gone in that round, but no more of that. Like, oh, I need to wait for this cool combo, but it's not my turn yet. So, okay. Ooh. Okay. Then after that, you designate a character. And then after that, you're going to recover any stamina. You refresh happens. Then you get to change state and armament. So like you get to decide what group of actions you can take. Normally you're on guard. You can just kind of do everything. But you might choose to go in place and like fire a heavy weapon. Or you might choose to go off guard and like signal surrender. Don't worry, we'll go over like what each action is properly. You take your actions and you spend it's 1 stamina per action usually. And when you've spent all of your stamina, your turn ends. You can end your turn before spending all your stamina. And you often want to do that to like pool resources. So, and then you end turn, then the next token's drawn. Don't worry, we'll go through that all again. In fact, I have just drawn a player token. You see the 2 of them emerging from the wreckage over here. Who would like to go?
I will, if it's okay, we'll go first and do a suppressing fire.
Okay, that's fine. Do you want to explain for the folks at home how that works? I can also do that as well.
So, suppressing fire, I basically shoot them. I don't do any damage, but it gives them the pinned status, so I figured it'd be good for them in trying to move up and get closer.
Yes. So as a reaction, you can go pinned. And when you go pinned as a reaction, your cover improves by 1, but you are stuck in that state until you leave it, which you have to spend stamina to do so. So go ahead and roll. No, actually, do you roll anything for suppressive fire?
I just lost it, and now I need to find it. Skills, specialty, tactician. Okay.
It's 1 stamina for sure for you.
When you take the shoot action or cast a ranged spell attack, you may declare that you're providing suppressing fire. If you do so, choose a point within range. Everyone within 20 meters, that point becomes a target. Targets become pinned if possible. However, the attack then ends. No hit rolls are made. No damage is rolled.
Oh, you just have an eat shit button. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, you from the dashboard of the rent-a-truck, a volley of shots like ring over the heads of these 2 people, and they going pinned represents like ducking for your life and like trying to like not die. So they go to ground. They're down on the ground. These people aren't hardy soldiers. They don't want to die. So they are pinned. Next die.
Oh, so then I pass to somebody else, right?
Oh, well, no, technically speaking, you have more actions if you want to do them. So if you would like to move, you're welcome to move, but you seem to be happy in the car.
I think so.
Yeah. Honestly, you could even go in place, which you would have declared that at the start of the turn, at the when you were changing act. But like we're learning. In place is like the heavy weapons move, but also it lets you. It also lets you fire when it's not your turn if someone like moves in your field of vision with a mechanical Overwatch. You basically set up a kill zone.
Well, I don't think I'm allowed to do that with suppressing fire. It says I can't use it when firing Overwatch, as much as I'd like to.
No. So they're separate actions.
Okay. Okay.
You can't.
I will go in place.
You can't use suppressive fire not on your turn. Is what that means.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, yeah. Okay. So you've gone in place. and you can fire Overwatch. You have 2 stamina left. You're not moving. It's really the biggest thing is like you can't move while in place. So if you're playing on not moving, that's kind of the thing to do. Okay. So next up, one of you all. You are both both Cedar and Vreda are in the on guard state, which is like the default combat state. You can do basically anything. You complete your turn as normal. You can move, you can use items, you can shoot, you can charge someone. You can use skills, abilities, etc.
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
Speed is 15.
Yes,
Movement
and
says
I do 2 meter squares usually.
2 meter squares. Gotcha.
So you could just charge in there.
Kind of want to.
Yeah, you're in the back here. This is you.
If it's good with Alice, can I take initiative?
Yeah, you're fine.
All right. Oh, I cannot control any of these.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to set this up properly next time. Yeah, this is maybe I should have actually called a recess to do this quickly.
We can if you want. We're almost at 7.
We're kind of already in the middle of the fight. I can just quickly change the meter distance. But this won't last long. I promise.
No worries.
These go real fast. Okay.
So if I understand correctly, I spend a stamina token to move, correct?
Yes. It's a stamina to move, yeah. And it would be 2 stamina to charge. Because that's going to be 20 meters.
So then that puts me down at 1.
But
then...
you also get a free close combat action with your charge action. So, yeah.
Okay. And that would be fighting, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So with shooting, if I'm understanding correctly, you shoot and then you roll a number of dice equal to your accuracy. I don't think I saw that the blade had an accuracy.
So yeah, instead you're going to be rolling your fighting dice, which is a slightly different stat. Sorry, I'm just I'm rereading Engage really quickly to make sure I'm not Okay. Technically, that's ambiguous in the rules, but as we intended it, the first time you engage in a fight, you get to roll to resolve the fight. So yeah, we'll go with that for right now. I might mulligan that later. Like we might not do that again later. So it would be 2. It'd be 2 stamina for that movement.
Okay.
Movement and charge. Which one do you want to charge? You want to charge? This one's the Sporeborn. Sorry. Fuck.
We'll take the Sporeborn.
Okay. All right. You are fighting against someone who is pinned. Basically, you are armed and you are in ideal conditions. So you are rolling 2 of your fighting dice plus 1 of your brawn dice.
Okay. So my brawn is a D10, my fighting is a D8, so that's 2D8 and a D10?
Yes.
Okay.
And you want to beat them. You do. And you activate a sub action. Do you choose to take them out, or basically once you like win a fighting roll, you win, like you lock blades or whatever melee weapons are involved, and if there's a chance they'll parry it, then but they fail.
Okay.
And you can choose to either just kill them and or run away. The only reason you'd ever like run away is if you either don't want to kill them or if they're too strong for you.
Well, I mean, is there just like a knockout?
A knockout, like sorry, kill is a strong word. Not take them out, like disable them.
I think Cedar is just like a little. Cedar's a little. Her heart's a little too kind. She's knocking them out, and then I have this ability called Exhilarating Strike. Once per turn, when you take the take them out action, you gain 1 stamina counter immediately after resolving damage.
Yes.
So I think that brings my stamina up to 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have another thing called Combat Ready. Once per battle, you may gain 1 stamina counter. I'm going to use that right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can take another movement action to go and lock blades with this one.
Yes, you can. That's exactly what that's for.
Okay.
So.
And then I do another resolve the fight action, I think.
Yep. Which I think we might just after this encounter we might just count as its own stamina spend, because the econ regen of Exhilarating Strike is so good. So
not the best roll.
But they're not great. A 2. Okay. They, having seen you just like deck their buddy, this person with their own like a stun baton tries to whack you upside the head. Roll a d20 as an armor save. If you have normal armor, it's just going to be a 50-50 chance, so you want to get a 10 or lower.
I have a duelist shield. It says it provides plus 4 to armor.
Yeah. So you want to roll 14 or lower.
14 or lower. Gotcha. 10.
You did. And yeah, you managed to they beat you back. You can choose to spend more stamina on resolve the fight actions, but every time you do, you're kind of doubling down on that. If they win, they get to whack you back.
I do have 1 stamina left. If I run out, that means that I'm winded, right?
Yeah, and your turn just ends. There's no real penalty. Just you gotta you come back and you get like 1 action next turn.
Well, risk it for the biscuit, I guess. I'm going for it.
All right. All right. And are you also non-lethally taking this one out?
Yep.
Yeah, describe your technique as like you kind of like artfully dodge between these two people who are like hiding for their lives.
So I've decided that the blade is just a big fuck off buster sword. And Peter will just dash right in, slap the first one across the skull with like a sickening thunk, and then run into the other one. They cross blades for a little bit, and then Cedar, I think, catches like the sword on a shield, their punch on a shield, and then bashes it into their face and smacks them down to the ground.
All right. Excellently done. And that's your first EOS combat. Congrats. Yeah.
Well, you kept me from shooting them, so if your goal was not violence, you did a pretty great job.
Listen, all I know how to do is just wrestle some creatures.
Yeah, you the last one falls. Now the truck looks like it could be driven if it had like a skilled pilot. Like the one that just crashed.
How skilled?
How skilled are you?
Well, I have a skill in drive, but it's connected to grace, and I have a D12 in grace, so moderately skilled.
Yeah, I mean, the entire point of the way the dice system works is that like sometimes you'll excel at things in different ways than other people would. So you could probably still get away with it. It's worth a shot.
All right. Well, I shall give it a shot.
The crowds have gathered around, and there are like you can hear sirens on the way. But yeah, you
Will a 3 do it?
Yeah, a 3 absolutely. A 3 and a 4 would both do it. You hop into this like banged up truck and get it off the ground, and with a little bit of careful driving and memories of driving, like memories of like parallel parking, you manage to like get it out of the weird little like nook it's in, the hole in the wall that it created, as a bunch of scared laundry doers kind of look on in horror. You back out, and you both are on the way. Which one are you riding with, Cedar?
Cedar will stay on like the armored truck that we were trying to capture.
Okay.
Just to make sure that we have some muscle there.
Okay. So
myself.
Are you all rallying somewhere else then?
Yeah, I'll take the long way. I'll be the one that's more obvious and divert the cops if need be. But yeah,
all right.
Ultimately meet up.
Roll me one more drive check to lose the cops, and then
Okay.
yeah. Okay, 3 4 3. You zip around a bit. You take a couple weird turns. You duck a couple layers of traffic, and you like hide in an alley as they zoom by, and you've done it. You have successfully evaded the cops. You have disabled the 2 guards, and you have you've succeeded. You have stolen this truck.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Da 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 da.
Yeah.
You should find a place to ditch the truck and just grab the stuff out of the back once you ditch the cops.
Hey. We do that. We load it all up and we bring it back.
Yeah. One, do any of you look at the crates?
Yeah.
You-
Cedar's a curious fellow.
You look at the crates, and these aren't what you were expecting to be on the truck.
What's
That's
inside?
not good.
The suspense.
They were supposed to be a bunch of home augmentation kits. Expensive stuff if you, especially if you know, know where to sell it off, because home augmentation's like all the rage these days. Get little stuff like glowing nails or change teeth. This looks to be a bunch of a food substance called Compound J.
Compound J?
Yes. Does anyone have trivia food?
Me.
Cool. Does anyone have trivia criminal culture?
Also me.
So for the folks at home, trivia is like stuff your character knows within the world that like the players might not know. So, yeah, Vreda, Compound J is a spice that, when added to certain foods, gives it like a caffeine-like kick. when refined, it can be turned into a powerful drug, but this wasn't what you were. It's kind of worthless in its current form.
Sorry.
Did
Bless
we
you.
get got?
Sorry. I tried to snort the compound J.
Fine. No, you get like a little like caffeine buzz off of it. It's decent. It's just when roll. Does someone want to roll search?
Sure. I can do that.
Somebody who has search.
I am level 2 in search.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Let's see. Search is a wit skill, so I've got 2d12 minus 1 because I have a level of exhaustion, and that's an 11. I ain't got shit.
This is one of those ones where it's like, given enough time, you would succeed though. And you have enough time. Like it takes you a little bit. Like it takes you an embarrassingly long amount of time to figure out to just check the registration tag. This is the wrong serial number truck.
Oh shit! We got the wrong truck.
We did what?
Got the wrong truck, fellas.
Oh,
Got
shit.
the wrong damn truck.
I'm still gonna keep this compound J, but we should probably go try to find the right one.
Madam Hex is like expecting to see you soon.
Well, I mean, we could give her this compound J.
Well, let me cook it up first. I'm sure she'll find a lot more use out of it later. I do have the criminal culture trivia, so I probably could.
Do you think she's gonna be happy with this? It's like, hey, madam, like we.
Well, she'll
know
be
that
happy
you
with the profits.
We know you wanted some like self-mod kits, but hey, how about some food instead?
Some food that could be drugs with enough effort.
Yeah, could be drugs.
I'll make it drugs for you. Sorry, I ruined your niece's marriage.
You ruined her marriage?
Yeah, I ruined her niece's marriage. Because I was sleeping with both people in the marriage without knowing, and invited them both to my birthday party.
Oh, that sure sounds like an awkward situation.
Yeah, so I owe her a marriage debt, if not a life debt.
I think at this
I'm
point,
probably gonna have to marry her nephew if we don't fix this.
I think at this point, let's take our 10-minute break, and we can come back and do some scenes with Madam Hex. What you were hoping for. You are headed to a club, a very big club, like one that takes up like several floors of like a skyscraper, called Apex Infinity. You see these like lighting, like shifting glow strips of light just covering the entire, like outlining the entire place, so just constantly changing color. It's never the same color when you blink. Just constant like sensory input visually as you touch down, and you see outside there's some people handing out flyers and stuff, various events. There's someone at the door who hands you each of you a headset. These let you deafen what you can tell they let you talk to each other and anyone else within the building within this like definitely like deafening music space, because like you can feel it in your bones outside. Apex Infinity is just constant sensory overload, but that's kind of the appeal. Do each of you take a headset?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
You just hand them back at the end of the night. and you cross you cross a huge floor filled with dancers, like covered in augments. Like one of them has four arms, and a fake second head. Just various performing dancers, and of all sorts of like various augmentation status. Not a single like person who you could like easily discern the species of anymore. Just one of them looked like a shark. You didn't even know there were shark people. How do you all react in an environment like this? Just like the nightclub to end all nightclubs.
Jaw on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm in heaven right now.
Peter looks
Just-
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just focus on getting the other end of the room.
For the folks at home who just got that like little soliloquy from Astrid, so sorry. My cat's going off. Crisp isn't picking it up, but I'm using a different mic for this input. Anyway. So, yes. That's Cedar. What'd you say? How was Cedar responding? I heard Vreda
Peter is just excruciatingly uncomfortable. Looking like the club is, I take it, loud.
Like the reason you have the headset is because it's just like the music is deafening. Like there is no, and like there's like, depending on the floor, there's different songs playing and they're all equally loud, so they're all kind of bleeding into each other a bit.
It's like when you have noise-canceling headphones inside of your head and you can't hear anything outside of you, but you can still feel the vibrations. Cedar is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I hate this. I hate this. I want to leave. I want to leave right now. I want to hit the bricks and leave.
And you cross the floor. You make it through a couple various like pits of people dancing. Couple hedonism chambers. Madame Hex's private room, which is a door with a lot of conspicuous and intentional bloodstains left around it.
Intentional bloodstains.
It's a motif.
Yes, I dropped blood here on purpose. Yeah, let me just pull out a vial of blood and just drop it on the carpet here. Yes, perfect. Peak aesthetic.
I mean, why not?
Maybe she hired an interior decorator. I don't know. Like...
A murderous interior decorator.
Yes, Madam Hex. Look, I know what you said. The wallpaper is a little bit tacky, but you have to have blood on the carpet to match. You have to have blood on the carpet. Like, listen, it pulls the whole room together. It pulls the whole room together.
It'll stain this wonderful rich brown. You'll love it, I promise.
Oh dear.
You can even use it to stain the wood floors in your home.
If you cannot tell, I unironically just love the concept of just intentionally staining your carpet with blood.
And you finally arrive at the perhaps a worse fate than the back rooms. I was about to say the back rooms, but Miss Hex's private lounge.
Hush. Sorry.
You're fine. Do you a door person is will let you in if you like ask to go in.
I saunter up real casually and look him up and down and say, "Secret password."
We don't. We gene lock everything, but okay. He sticks his finger in a hole in the wall, and you hear a little like sharp metallic sound as a needle pierces his skin. And the door activates. These are blood locks. They're pretty standard. So, this person's like he's like a normal, kind of average human guy, but like if average human guy spent like a little bit too much time doing like upper body days at the gym.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hips to
Hips
leg
leg
day.
So once you head inside, the door promptly seals behind you, and you notice the sound is all like all that like thrumming stuff, like all that thrumming music, and like the feeling that your bones were being turned to jelly. It's all gone. This is perfectly. Anytime you've been in this chamber, which I imagine each of you has been a few times, it's like the calm in the center of the storm. Because there's no anything here besides just a woman with her feet kicked up, with hexagon shaped irises, both faintly glowing purple, smoking some kind of synthetic drug out of a long, like one of those fancy long cigarette holder things.
Mm.
And watching a dancing duo of a female Yasre and a male Elec. This is Madame Hex. Her hair is like just like she's let her hair gray just enough, but like it's kind of like one of those like as a human goes, you'd put her in like late middle age, like 50s. And she's surrounded by like 8 guards, you can tell, with a couple automated turrets just kind of buzzing about the room. Presumably powered by like some kind of spore drone technology.
Fun.
So, you have my stuff?
About that, we've got something better?
We hit the van that was there at that time, but once we cracked it, it had, was it compound N?
J.
Compound J.
J, okay. And not what we expected there to be.
How is Compound J better than stolen medical equipment?
You can make it into drugs and sell it.
I'll take it if you don't want it.
Go ahead and roll Persuade.
I have 2 in Persuade, and my spirit is a D10. So, wait, is that directed at me or?
That was directed at you.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Well, nice roll, but
Holy shit!
Can I try, maybe?
Your target number is a 3.
Can I try?
Yeah, that was the answer to you. Your target number is a 3.
Sorry.
You're good.
No! I didn't even work.
Holy fuck! That was, for the audience at home, that was 2 10s. 2 max.
God.
I'm just gonna roll my physical dice from now on. I can't.
You're welcome. You're welcome to roll your own dice. That's that's totally fine. She hang on.
Just to give you the difference between roll 20's dice and my dice, I rolled a 1 and a 2 on my dice over here.
Oh, nice.
Too bad it doesn't freaking count.
She fires a pistol shot over your head. Like, just close enough that, like, your ears are ringing.
Peter flinches.
Okay, so... It seems to me you've brought me a bunch of spice. Ah, sure, we are going to refine it. But keep a few doses, I don't care. So, you understand what happens to people who disappoint me when I have given them all second chances already.
No?
Not my fault, Anita and John didn't tell me they were married, much less to each other.
Did you see the room on the way in? The one with the blood stains?
Yeah, I thought it really pulled the room together.
Thank you.
It was a great interior design choice. I gotta give it to you.
Yeah, it was really hard to get them to bleed in the right spot.
Sorry. That's very funny.
Did we all just gain a level of exhaustion from how hard she's threatening us right now?
Oh, yeah, no, actually, that's a pretty good point. Sorry. Like, I don't know how many more skill checks there will be, but, yeah, I think you all get one more level of exhaustion, which I think if you're, basically, if you drop below 1, you roll a d20.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So my exhaustion is at 0 to start, so am I at -1 now?
No, they're like counters. You can easily like track them with
okay.
like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but like we're like at the almost the end of the session, so these are about to all refresh. So,
So hear me out. Instead of brutally murdering us and or slowly murdering us and or generally torturing us, we did successfully steal the van. We did successfully steal a van at the right time, but unfortunately it was not the van with the right contents. So killing us now would be a waste of talent in doing what we just did and not getting caught. Because right now, although you have not made as much profit as you wanted to, you do have all of that compound, and you do have a perfectly serviceable van that you didn't have this morning, and 3 proven people. Go.
We can try again.
There another van that maybe we can steal from?
We're good at stealing
Another,
vans.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, listen, this was one van. Like, the real van still has to be out there, you know?
there'll be another truck, and I'll have another team get it. That said, what would you all like to drink?
Preferably something that's not poisonous.
Or my own
I'm
blood.
down with that.
Basically, you're welcome to anything from the drugs portion of the rulebook. Now, for the folks at home, charge removes exhaustion. If that's something that anyone is concerned about. There's also like the red, which like enhances strength.
Yeah, I've got one of those, and I'm just picking up another.
I'll take a charge.
There's also just like weed, but there's no effects.
What do you mean there's no effect?
I believe the text that went to print was chill out a little. Hang on. I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up. Chill out. Period. Yeah. Okay. So you all get whatever you want. Just put that down in your inventory, and you're welcome to you're welcome to it right now. But
I'm gonna drink it and make my exhaustion.
yeah. It can be. It's like Red Bull that you can heat. It's often served hot, but it's kind of like one of those personality trait things. Do you like take your charge hot or cold? And that's not a euphemism. Holy shit. You ever read a lore thing and you don't know how it sounds until you're on mic?
I know how it is now.
Okay. Now that we've all had something. She takes an inhale and does the little dragon smoky thing. Now, I've done the math. She slides over a data slate to you with a big with like a calculator app open on it, basically. Data slates are like iPads, but they have like a single app. And this one is just calculator. And it has 752,000 standard Stellian. No, sorry, Leonesian currency. Which I should consult the lore book for. Anyway, so of the in-game currency, 752,000. That's how much money I lost.
That's a lot of money.
It is. It is. It could have been.
Well,
more.
if it was never yours, how could you lose it?
So, listen. I'm a little bored of the killing my people who failed me right away thing. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to get this money to me. I don't care from where. I don't care how. I don't really care what. But, you know, don't trace it back to me. And if you fail, I think my disdain for the whole bloodlust thing might wane a bit.
Disdain. I get it. Good one.
That Rose.
Okay.
Yep.
That
I can't
sounds
even
like
remember which movie that's referencing.
well, that sounds like our only option, so it's a great option.
Well, yeah. I personally wouldn't try to leave town. I certainly know enough people at the ports.
What if
We get it.
to leave
You're gonna
town
lose
to make all the
money.
money? Like, what if there's a really big score, but it's out of town?
If it gets that complicated, come back and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
any questions for me?
I guess it's more around. I mean, all of my questions would be more outlandish, I think, and I think I'm just incredibly nervous right now, so I think I'll stop talking.
Well, a very menacing Primasika shows you to the door. And 2 weeks on the dot. That's starting now.
Gotcha.
This lady has a penchant for threatening.
She's my aunt. I don't know where she gets it.
She's your aunt?
Yeah.
So she's just gonna kill her family members because they hijacked the wrong truck?
I don't know. I got a letter in the day. It says it's time to make due on your debts, and it was addressed to my dad, but he's dead. So I was like, all right, let's see what this is all about.
Alec families are often large.
Like, I've never met her before, and I don't think she's ever met me. I think maybe she met my pa, but like, no fucking clue as to what this debt is about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we've got like 20 minutes. We can also wrap up whenever, but like, do you all want to like go somewhere to talk, or what do you want to do?
yeah, I guess probably go somewhere safe to talk without leaving town.
Okay.
So we're kind of screwed. Any of you have any ideas on how we're going to make close to $1 million in 2 weeks?
Pray? Well, I mean, that's not gonna work. The gods are dead.
Mortis.
I don't know. We could try and rob that truck.
A
How are we
different
gonna
one.
figure out which one is the right truck?
Ain't there some like sort of computer mumbo jumbo someone can do to like get the right like number of the truck? Could go. I don't know. I feel kind of bad about this, but like, we could figure out where that truck was headed, where it was being delivered, and see if we can pull something from there.
We could.
Sounds like a good plan.
I mean, it's something. It's a start.
Well, Matic is a tech specialist. Maybe they could try to, I don't know, hack some sort of itinerary tracking system and figure out where it was delivered.
How does that work?
If I know, you're the expert.
Well, my skills are security, repair, and drive. I'm fairly focused.
Security will get you in on like a locked computer. It's machinery is complicated enough that it requires like its own little skill interface.
I have one of them faces that just kind of like people let me in anywhere I want to be sometimes.
You have
In
an
fact,
interface?
One might say that I have that kind of face.
One might say. One might say. I don't know what else I've got as my abilities. The exo armor is more something that gets built on and is useful as time goes on. I can make things. And then it's really support in actual combat. We could rob a bank.
You could. If you like,
I mean, every time I walk into a bank, they assume I'm trying to rob it, so
There you go.
stereotype.
if you need like any bank is definitely an option. So is robbing the truck. If you need like any like lore prompts, because I realize you're all new to this world. Like if you like just invoke a trivia, and I can tell you ways that might be profitable.
Can I invoke business?
Yeah, sure. there's like a bunch of jewelry stores on the like the east side of this district, overall the west side of the city. Like on the right side of this district, there's like a little like there's actually a bunch of luxury shops. Various things. They're like one of them being like a jewelry store, you know, special stuff. Organic stones become like even more falsely valued because synthetic becomes so common. You know, luxury clothing, things like that.
Heyday, but with time elves. So we need to think up some heists, basically.
Yeah, congratulations. That's the campaign.
Okay, and yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Do we want to cut here on you all just like speaking of where is your safe place that you're all talking?
I'm gonna go with an apartment, probably somebody's apartment. Can be mine.
I am but a simple country bumpkin. I'm down with that.
Okay. We're not exactly skilled expert thieves.
Hey, you all did really well. It just wasn't the right.
We did. We did.
I can't shoot for shit apparently, but
It doesn't mean this is our profession up to this point in our lives. All right. And we're gonna need disguises. But yeah, it's probably a good place to cut it.
Yeah. I think next time we're gonna come back, we're actually gonna like split up. I'd like to do like a little like character introductory like side story for each of you coming up, like, and then like go into the first heist. I think that might be how we do those beats. Just like, you know, like sort of like 30-minute little vignettes, and then we'll talk about it. So cool. All right. Let's do sign offs. I'll sign off last. Belmonts, Alice, Alexis.
I have been the Belmont System. You can find me on Twitter at RPGPlant, where I post about how much I love tabletop role-playing games, including this one. Yes, I'm sorry, I've fallen in love. This was fantastic. This is a wonderful first session. I have fallen in love with your game. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
It's inevitable. And you can find all of my writing at rpgegirl.itch.io and plantgirl.blog. That's just plantgirl.blog. You know, it's a WordPress blog. It's a great website name. That's me.
my name is Alice Envy. I've been playing Vreda Clanless, the buff by Lizard Lady. And you can find me on Instagram at Eat the Rich Bitch, where I post thirst traps all the time.
Alexis, I've been playing Matic, and I should probably eventually set up some of those things so that if any people want some silly art, I can do that for them. But yeah, this was a ton of fun. I'm looking forward to developing Matic more.
Yeah. And I'm Arval, she, her. I've been the narrator, helping, create opposition and friction. I am but a bastard. All right. And actual pitches, not just me riffing. Era of Silence is out now. If you think the system looks cool, we touched like the beginning of it. This was a very stripped down beginner session. And we'll be going into even more of it. There's a lot of stuff. I'm very proud of it, and it's doing decently in sales for a first time release from a studio. So, all right. Well, thank you all so much. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Woo!